And I will be chairing today's meeting in Mayor Penny's absence. Please stand for the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. As we meet together, may we be mindful of the service we provide to our city and our obligation to do what is right for our citizens. Grant us the will and desire to aim for goals that are high but attainable. We ask your blessing in keeping our first responders and city personnel safe as they unselfishly serve us all. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Carly, please call the roll.
Heidinger.
Here.
Thomas.
Here.
Thompson. Here. Reed.
Here.
Penny.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This morning we'll be conducting the agenda meeting immediately followed by an administrative workshop. We'll now review the proposed items for the regular commission meeting on Monday, September 9th. So it is a different day. Our days do change in the month of September, so be aware of that. Okay, public hearing. We have resolution number 2024-04, City Attorney. Do you want to read that?
Certainly. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Pasadena, Florida, adopting a tentative millage rate for ad valorem taxes for the City of South Pasadena for fiscal year 2024 to 2025, providing for an effective date.
Okay, so everybody okay with that being on the agenda? And next, ordinance number 2024-05.
This is an ordinance of the City of South Pasadena, Florida, adopting fiscal year 2024-2025 budget, providing for an effective date. This would be the second reading of that ordinance on the agenda.
Okay, everybody good with that?
Yes.
And we have no unfinished business on the consent agenda. We have the approval of the commission meeting minutes for the month of August, which are on file in the city clerk's office. And for new business, there's a motion to approve amendment to the interlocal agreement for the creation of Pinellas County Metropolitan Planning Organization. So is everybody okay with that one?
Yes.
Okay, so I will adjourn the meeting and we will go for the administrative workshop. Okay, call to order the administrative workshop. And Carly, please call the roll.
Heidinger.
Here.
Thomas.
Here.
Thompson. Here. Reed.
Here.
Penny.
Okay, did you want to say something about?
Yes, just want to report that the city's current auditor, Pete Schatzel of Wells, Hauser and Schatzel, is ill this morning. He has asked to reschedule the audit presentation where we have tentatively penciled him in for the next workshop on September 17th. So we will not be addressing that item this morning.
Okay. I just want to go off the discussion items quickly and introduce Matt Worth, our new deputy chief for the fire department, and invite him to come up and introduce himself to the commission and the world.
Right.
Yeah.
In the hot
fine.
seat.
In the hot seat.
Well, Deputy Chief Matt Worth, first off, just want to introduce myself.
I'll give you a cold hand.
See you again. My name's Matt Worth. Thank you, Gail, for introducing me. First meeting here today, so I had some questions right already, but very helpful back there for the meeting. So just a little quick background on me. I came from Eastlake, which is in North Pinellas County area. I was the training chief there, administrative chief. I was there for 13 years. Before that, I was at Madeira Beach, so I started off at a small department, not too far from here. And I've been in the system since 2007. And I've been extremely happy to be here thus far. Coming in, I knew that there was a new fire station and didn't know how quickly that fire station was going to be here. And I know you guys have been kind of dealing with that over the past couple of years, but it's beautiful. Everything's running great. I've been very welcomed and accepted, so I appreciate that fully. And I just kind of look forward to being here and kind of continuing to improve the city of South Pasadena. Just a little background on me. I have a wife, 2 kids, 2 boys, 6 and a 2-year-old. So I'm very busy.
How old are they?
6 and 2.
Oh, okay.
Good age.
Yeah, I know. And we want a 3rd, but we're afraid it's going to be another boy. So I think we'll stick with 2. I also have a 6-month-old golden retriever, which is also a boy. So yeah, so I'd be willing to give that one away. If anybody's willing, because all he does is chew my furniture all day. But anyway, I'm excited to be here. I look forward to kind of continuing our relationships. If there's anything you guys need, you know where I'm at. I will be filling in for the chief this week, so he's in Costa Rica. So he's enjoying his
Hurricane week.
vacation. When is it not? When is it not hurricane week?
Yeah, they're good points.
Yeah, we talked about it before he left. I know he's a little nervous, but I think we're going to be fine. So we got a good group of professionals down there, so we'll definitely take care of everything if anything does happen. But I just want to introduce myself.
Great.
So
Well, we're happy to have you on
Yes.
board, and
Yes.
we do
indeed.
have,
Welcome.
Thank you
in
so
my
much.
opinion, the best fire department in the world.
I agree, and I've been around quite a few, and like I said, the culture there is very welcoming, and I already kind of feel like I've been there for 6 years already. And
Well,
it's only been,
not the fact that we got you out there
Yeah, that
day
too.
one, you
yeah,
know,
that's it.
all over the place.
Yeah, that too, which has helped.
It does, it
But
helps.
anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just
Well,
wanted to
thank you
introduce
so
Thank you.
much for
Thank you.
coming by. and
Absolutely.
Back
Thanks,
to the
Matt.
busy world of fire. Okay. Next item on the agenda, the Audit Selection Committee recommendations. And I headed up that group, and we did a pretty nice job of putting together, of really evaluating. Got 5 large proposals, went through every one of them in detail, and then we ranked them and came up with the top 2 and asked the guys, those companies, to come in for an interview, which I was really happy. At the last minute, we got them in here and interviewed them both, and then after we sat together and decided on which one of the 2 was really our preferred one. And it did turn out to be the first group the group that we rated, top rated. And they're Markham, and the name of the company is Markham, and I have a couple of comments on the selection. Based on their experience, they have 600 government clients, and they only deal with government audits. They've been in business for 70 years. They were prepared for the interview, researching our city financials and our firefighter pension fund. They knew all about it, and we had quite the conversation on that. So we really felt that they prepared themselves. For onboarding, they're tailored to understanding our processes and training on their methodology. And they plan to meet with our current auditor, if they're willing, to make a good transition to the new auditor. They're familiar with our Tyler systems, and they'll integrate with the proprietary system. They have real-time access for the users on their system, and anytime the people in finance can go online and immediately see whatever they need to see that's in real time. Which is part of their software systems. Very impressive to the group, real-time monitoring and designed to maintain deliverables and timelines, not only for us, but for the auditors, so that we meet the timelines and they meet the timelines as well. We talked a lot about efficiencies, and they will offer recommendations to our processes for better efficiency for us, and they're committed to completing the audits on time and within the quoted 300 hours. So that's half of what we were doing before, but I think some of their proprietary systems are going to help to make the audits a little more streamlined. And as far as pricing, Markham and Malden and Jennings had similar pricing, $48,000 for the audit versus $48,600. And for the first audit, and all through the 5-year period, they were consistent. So they were, there was one that was less and one that was twice that amount. But, so they were really in the middle with the other auditors. And so we feel that that's the best. I think in your packet, they put in, I think Mary Jo put in the presentation that they made for us. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about Markham taking on as our new auditor?
We did decide to go with a 5-year, is that what you
Yes,
said?
we went with
Instead of a 3
5-year.
with a 2 option? Okay.
That was part of the proposal, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, I just know
Because
we've talked, I couldn't remember.
they all gave us 5
5
years worth of
Okay.
pricing and committed to 5 years.
And the fees will remain the same over 5 years?
No, they go up exponentially, but if you want to take a look, I
CPI.
just brought that for my reference. But they, it's Markham and Malden and Jenkins, pretty much the same all over the whole 5-year period. In other words, the same bump each time.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No,
I think it makes sense.
yeah.
We felt comfortable with it, and they were committed to it.
Like 10% over 5 years, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
So I guess my next question is, how do we feel about that? And is that something we want to move forward and put on the agenda for the next meeting?
Seeking consensus, you've got mine.
Yes.
I mean, that's,
Okay.
I think it's a good
Yes.
job on the audit selection committee.
Yes.
Put it on.
Okay, great. So,
But yeah,
Just statutorily, the Audit Selection Committee is charged with making that recommendation to you as a commission to issue what we would call a notice of intent. So what we're seeking consensus for today, and what it sounds like we have is consensus to place on the agenda for the September 9th meeting, an item in which you would take an action to issue a notice of intent to go into negotiations with Markham over their contract. We'll then send them a standard contract. The terms of the RFP will remain the same. There's, obviously some legalese that needs to go into that agreement. I'm sure that they will be used to and won't have an issue with, but we still need to follow that process. So that's really where we stand right now, is go ahead, move forward on the 9th, issue a notice of intent, and authorize the moving forward with a contract with them, and I'll go ahead and get them over after that action. Our contract that I've used actually with other jurisdictions as well on auditing services, with all the language that I would require us to have in that agreement, as well as the commitments that they made in the RFP, which will become part of that contract.
and so they'll be able to begin the audit process reasonably soon.
Reasonably soon.
Yes, so, okay, great. You were to give this to Carly for the record,
thank you.
And
right?
then
Okay,
is
so
the-
that's done.
Do you need any
Uh,
more to be comfortable putting it on the agenda? Okay, very good.
And you have everything else from the notes and all that, all right. Okay, next item is the creation of the Pinellas County Metropolitan Planning Organization. Whose item is that?
Well, so it was a request that we received from Fort Pinellas. You all should have gotten kind of all of the request materials that they sent us, sort of explaining the process of how the MPO has been, I guess, redesigned a little bit. And there's a process that the governor has to review all of that and then send comments back. So Pinellas County and Fort Pinellas has been working with the governor's office on that. They're ready to move it forward to formally establish Fort Pinellas as Pinellas County's MPO. And so as a municipality in the county, they're asking us to agree to that, to sign on for that. So it was on the agenda more to see if you all had any questions. They can come to next week's evening meeting if you would like them to address anything on there, but it was more just to make sure that you all got all the information you needed before we moved forward on that. So,
Anybody have any questions or issues?
No, we've been
Talking about this on the PSTA board as well, with the change, so it's needed and necessary.
they made a couple of changes, several of them are kind of in the city's favor in terms of like representation and whatnot. They added an extra seat, so one seat used to be shared by six cities, now there's 2 seats for those, so there's 3 sharing one and 3 sharing the other. So we will have, representation more frequently on the board, like from the city if we want it. So they made some small changes, and it's just kind of agreeing to how they're setting up the MPO,
All right.
so.
Issues, questions, that's all we have on the agenda for today. Anybody else have any other items for discussion?
No.
Carly, Julia? No, everybody's good? Done.
I think you set a new record.